Houdini and Run DMC and the Beasties. We opened for them. Yeah, I did that for a while. And then when I came back off the tour and was recording the original concept album, I met a gentleman by the name of Peter Doherty with the Beastie Boys, who happened to be working at MTV.
Right.
And being there, he said, I like what you do. We're thinking about putting a program together. He said, what do you think? I said, I don't think anything. I usually think when I get paid. But they went and shot the inaugural Yo MTV Raps episode with Run DMC hosting at the Def Jam tour with DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, Public Enemy. And I forgot who else was on that, Nassau Coliseum.
Right.
So he said, well, did you see that? And I said, yeah, I saw it. He said, what'd you think? I said, I didn't think much. I wasn't in it, so what was I thinking about? You got to be like that. You have to be like that when you're trying to get on. So, you say those kind of crazy things. And he was like, yeah. So he said, we're thinking about doing a weekly show. And that's when I stuck my chest out. Yeah, we're doing a weekly show, and you need me. And he said, no, we got Fab Five Freddy ready to host. I was like, oh, Fab, yeah, my man, Fab. Yeah.
Stuck that sweater out, huh? Didn't you?
And I was like, all right, that's cool. Well, we'll check it out. I want to get back to you. Right. So a few weeks rolled by, and I watched it, and I said, oh, this is cool. And he said, Dre, what did you think about it? I said, I thought it was all right. What would you suggest we need to add or subtract?
Right.
And I said, me. But I was joking about that. I said, no, I can come on. And I wanted to produce some comedy segments for Yo MTV Raps, Fab show.
Right.
And Peter came out to my house, and I did this barbershop scene that I had a guy, he was going to do all different types of barbershop cuts. And my barber, had a team of barbers there. It was going to be funny. We had a good thing. But dude didn't show up.
Right.
And I was like, oh, man. And Peter said, yo, I got to go. Well, you're going to start shooting like anytime this year or what? So I jumped in the chair, and I did the segment because me and T-Money and my company, we, had worked it out. So I knew what to do. So I shot it. And the funny thing is, everybody that was working with me, nobody wanted to jump in the chair. They all said, I'm not getting my hair cut. I said, yeah, okay, I'll do it. So I sacrificed.
Especially with that sweater
myself.
on.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
The sweater wasn't on there.
Oh, no more. Okay.
No. We were baseball caps.
We got the white
wearing
by that time.
T-shirts.
It was no need to wear it.
No, we never got the white women. Don't get it twisted.
That's always a contest.
Don't get it
He
twisted.
said he ain't never got it.
I hung out with big white people and don't get the white women. Don't get it twisted.
Wait, I have to ask you that because now it makes sense. Because then who's the man?
Right.
In the barbershop scene, you and Ed, nobody wants to go into the last chair.
Correct.
Because you guys were doing these crazy haircuts. So was that put in the movie from the inspiration of what you just said with coming up with the scenario with the crazy haircuts in the barbershop? Because that seems like familiar, like to the T in my head in that movie.
No. Not at all.
Good answer.
Because it just connected, and I know that movie back.
The reason, Ed and I, we came with the whole barbershop scene for Who's the Man. That was out of just, this is where everyone goes to talk as men.
Right.
And, women go to the salon. Right. And being that we want to deal with the salon, we wanted to find some kind of neutral ground where it made sense and very palatable. And doing it in Harlem, we wanted to make sure we had that authenticity of dealing with our history and how, men deal, where we deal from. So that's where that came from. But just to make a long story short with the Yo MTV Raps thing, we did that. Peter took the tape back, and he said, they love you. I said, oh, that's great. So you want me to come produce the segment? He said, no, we want you to come host. I said, what? No, I didn't want to host. I said, I just jumped in the chair. He said, no, they love you. They want you to come host. I said, but no, I came here to produce. And he said, why do you just want to produce? I said, because hosts disappear. Producers last forever.
Talk like a true college man.
Right. So he said, well, I'll tell you what we could do. We'll let you produce and host. So come on, let's do it. So he introduced me to his associate producer, Ted Demi, at the time, who was starting to put the show together. And when I walked down the hall to meet him, and he was going to film me for another audition tape there, I saw this little guy, not really little, standing tall over there in the corner, sitting there in the chair, giving me this beady eye, and I was giving him a beady eye. And I walked in, because when you don't know somebody, especially when there's only two black people in a building, one of us is going to be the custodian, and the other one's going to get the job. So I was like, I'm not mopping no floors here. So real quick, I went in there, we did the audition with Ted, and he said, oh man, go back to Peter, I'll come grab you. I went back to Peter's office, and I guess he brought Ed in the audition there. Then he called and said, can you come down here? And he asked me, he said, would you mind, you two guys doing something together? I want to see something. I said, sure. So Ed and I, we saw these Jamaican dread wigs in Ted's office. We put them on, and we started doing this Jamaican parody thing, and he thought it was hysterical. He fell out and was laughing. He grabbed the tape and he ran down the hall. I said, "What the hell is with these white people running down the hall with a tape?" Every time it's like we do something, they go, "Wait here," and they out the door. They're going like, "What the hell?" He comes running back. I go back to Peter. I say, "Could y'all just stop running down the hall? You just tell me what you want to tell me."
You're scaring me.
It is scary because back then at MTV there was only myself, Ed. Fab wasn't there.
Downtown, Julie Brown?
No, Julie
She
Brown
wasn't
was
there
there.
yet?
We were looking
That was
down the
later.
halls, and we kept saying, "Where are the black people? Where are the black people?" But anyway, so Ted came back and he said, "I got an idea because we want to do this daily show, and would you guys mind working together?" So I looked at Ed, and Ed looked at me. We said, "Okay, why not?" You still got that little kind of side eye going on, like,
right.
I
What's
don't know
going
you,
on
I don't
here?
know, I don't know you, you don't know me. But I haven't doing what I've done for so long prior to getting to MTV. I said, why do we always have to be crabs in a barrel? Why can't we get together and actually try to accomplish something? So I said, I don't know him, he don't know me. What do we got to lose? First of all, we ain't gonna be doing this show but about a couple of weeks, so let's have some fun. So that's what we did, and that's how MTV Raps was born.
Wow.
And to be honest with you, it was only 4 of us. We programmed the show along with Ted, along with Peter, and 7.5 years later, I guess we did a good job.
Wow.
I grew
Tremendous,
up on that.
tremendous.
You would
Like,
never have thought that you
Yo,
and Ed
MTV
met
Raps
that way.
was just-
I always thought you and Ed knew each other from
That
before.
chemistry,
That
yeah.
Well,
chemistry was amazing. As a young man growing up, 11 o'clock at night, sneaking out downstairs, turning the TV on just so I could watch Yo MTV Raps, but keeping it low so I ain't get in trouble. My parents upstairs yelling at me.
Got to
Well,
ask
the-
what was
well,
over
in
you,
the-
Dre.
but in the original bio that we used to say, we said we met on a porno set. I held the mic, Ed powdered the girls, and we were like close for a long time. And that story works a lot better than that one I just told you.
That works, yeah.
Just letting you know. So you choose which one you like, and I'll just continue. I'll continue to embellish.
I'm calling Heather Hunter today and asking her that question.
Don't call. Heather's a good friend of mine, but
she's a
there have
great
been
friend to the
others. There have been others.
We're here with the legendary Dr. Dre, man, and we're just chopping it up. I kind of want to jump on you. You've been watching our show, and I appreciate the comments you said offline about you just enjoying it. And I know you have a lot of passion about the political process.
Yes.
I want to talk to that with you. Obviously, we see what's happening. It's almost like another reality show happening with Trump and Clinton. Give me your thoughts on the president race and just
I'll give you
what's
my-
going on with this thing.
I'll give you my simple thoughts. My
Yeah.
father got me in a political process when I was 8, 9 years old. He took me in to vote with him. He dragged me around to when he helped campaigns and all that stuff, so I got to see it from a different perspective.
Right.
What I see today is an embarrassment to us as Americans. As Americans, for us to sit and tolerate what we've been listening to is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't blame Donald Trump. I don't blame Hillary Clinton. I blame we as Americans because all of the situation could have been handled in 2010 and 2014. Don't blame your issues on the fact that Barack Obama didn't send you the Obama check.
Right.
That's not the problem. The problem was once you got him in, we did not support him the way he needed to be supported. So you allowed the Congress to turn not only nationally, but locally, not only locally, but from every town to town, hamlet to hamlet, and then you wondered why things were disappearing around you. They were disappearing because you disappeared after you. See, you can't just say, "Oh, we got him in, yay! Now let's go to the party," and then no, the after party, you didn't do anything. So the reason you've got issues with Donald Trump, I really think, honestly, Donald Trump's trying to find a clever way to lose without losing face.
I agree with you on
Because
that. I really
there's
do.
nobody on this planet that could have the blunders he's had and have blind loyalty by white women and white men and some really crazy black people. Thank you very much, Don King. And that other reverend out
Larry
there.
Elder.
And Larry Elder.
Where's the check? Where's the
Justin,
check?
It's your Democrats that are hurting black people. The giveaways.
Yeah.
Negro, how do you think you got a job?
Right.
The people before you had to got giveaways, had to work, had to toil, had to struggle for you to get on the microphone and go, "Oh, we've got to help you. We've got to
don't
do this."
remember that.
But see, and this is where I try to tell people, I have a movement I've called Free America.
Right.
And the Free America movement is not about African Americans alone. It's not about Latinos. It's not about Asians. It's about Americans, meaning all of us. We all come from different minorities. The only one who's not a minority in this country is the Native Americans. They're the real owners. They're the real people we should be paying the mortgages to. They're the people that they should be giving the Hamptons back to, called the Shinnecock. That's where I deal.
Yeah.
But see, we've fallen to this false sense of security being in America because they give you toys and baubles and other things to continue to distract you.
Right.
So Donald Trump has proven that fact because, no, he goes, I haven't spent a dime and you're still distracted by my bull. Thank God. And everyone keeps going, he's amazing.
Doesn't that say something about
No.
our country that a guy that we both agree that's trying to give it away is people are just following him in droves? That's not a scary thought there?
This is a man that sat there at a debate and was breathing deeply like you knew he was turning his head and putting the spoon to it. We all going, like you were talking to Ron Elliott about Drug Fiend.
Yeah.
I was like, why wasn't he filming him? Because I was sitting there
Donald
going,
Trump story.
he's snorting, he's got to be snorting something.
All that water.
But see, being a college student, taking certain psychology and behavior classes, when you're doing all of that, that means you're lying. Hillary Clinton didn't have to lie. That's why she could be so smooth about it. And everyone goes, oh, Donald Trump won the first half hour of the debate. No, he was awake. He was awake. By the end of the debate, he was talking stamina.
Or Viagra.
Stamina. See, I believe he's still in the race because Saturday Night Live needs him. Comedians, late night hosts need him.
They need
I
material.
need material.
Yeah.
Fox
He's
News
hysterical.
needs him.
But see, somebody else said that too. Oh, why is Fox News this? But they don't put the rap music on. Fox News was built on rap music. I.e., don't we remember In Living Color? I.e., don't we remember The Martin Show? I.e., let's come on. Before we start swiping at Fox, it's not Fox is the problem. It's the certain people who are there.
Yeah.
But see, when Roger Ailes could sit there and actually almost rape his female employees or trick them to have sex, and then it gets rushed under the carpet. But yet, here comes Donald Trump ready to expose what happened with Bill Clinton. Let's go back with you and Marla Maples, my friend.
He got a lot of women.
Weren't you married? Weren't you dipping on her and getting her movie parts? So that's what I'm saying. That's the joke of this election is that the divide that has been created because everyone thinks that it was Obama is a great divider. No, he tried to do everything he could to bring people together. As he said, I'm here being elected president of the United States, not the black United States, not Atlanta, not Brooklyn, not Queens, not Detroit. I'm president of every place. Right. And the issue that we keep having right now is that we're allowing people to just say things and we go for it. Rather than us, everyone here, we could change this election tomorrow. But see, you have people sitting there going, oh, well, a third-party candidate's good. Oh, we should do this. Oh, I don't trust Hillary. I don't trust this. When the hell did you trust any of these people?
Dre, we're going to take a break.
Sure.
I want you to hold that because I want to go into that next step about the 8 years of Obama, where we're at and where we're going. We're here with the legendary Dr. Dre. Going to take a quick break on 9 Feet Lounge. Come on back.
Wow.
We're back on the Rod 9 Feet Lounge live Saturday morning, chopping up still with legendary Dr. Dre. And when we left off, you was talking about the Obama situation.
Oh, we're talking about the President Obama?
Yes.
And about how I'm so surprised that so many people think negatively about him. But then I say, where were you in 2014?
Yeah.
Because that's the essence of any great president is you have to support him through the presidency in order for him to be effective. The same thing when you do your local councilman. When you were talking about this earlier,
Right.
I was like clapping so hard you didn't hear
I
me
appreciate
because I was
that.
doing the silent clap. And you explained that you have to be involved with your politics. All politics is local.
Right.
All elections do have consequences. So if you sit back and go home and say, well, I ain't going to go out and I ain't going to go vote for Obama, for Hillary. Why? She ain't going to do nothing. Well, then that's exactly what you get. Nothing.
I think the problem
Nothing.
lies is that, you, and this is sad, you ask 7 out of 10 people in the street who's their local assemblyman, they don't know.
You have 7 out of 10 people. Do they eat peanut jelly? They don't know. What are you talking about? Matter of fact, Heidi got a text from, I won't say his name because that would be indiscreet, special ed, talking about how we get people together to do some things. And I said back to him, you can't get 5 NBA basketball stars to wear the same pair of socks.
Right.
But I do support his idea because I do remember when I was in college from a professor about, how to change the economics of the situation.
Yes.
And that always seems to fall in our favor when we talk about our rise from slavery to freedom because we're not free. No, we have the illusion of being free. The 13th and 14th Amendment were put there to say, okay, we can't call them slaves no more. Okay, it's okay. And, we all fall into the great granddaddy Abraham Lincoln wanted to free the slaves. He never really did.
Right.
He said if he could win the war without freeing the slaves, he would. Not because didn't want to free us in that fashion. It's just that he knew that would be a great divider of the nation. He was trying to bring the nation together.
Right.
And a lot of people just don't understand that. We don't understand because from the essence of the Declaration of Independence, we have not been included.
Yeah, it wasn't built for us.
Even when you do the preamble of the Constitution, which everybody sits there and talks about, we are the people.
Yeah.
In order to form a more perfect union, establish justice and pure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense. Most people don't even know that.
Yeah.
But all you have to do is get up in the morning and watch Schoolhouse Rock.
Yeah.
It's a song.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
And since we're such a musical people, you can learn a lot of things like that.
It's so true.
And that's why, to me, it's like, don't go back to John F. Kennedy, not ask what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country.
Exactly.
And it's what you put in and we ready to do. Will go and bust their tail to create a rap song, but won't bust their tail to go vote come November 8th.
Right.
And then when something doesn't work the way they think it should be working, complain. So if Donald Trump becomes president, don't be mad.
Don't
Don't be mad.
Like, I'm mad at that
Because
whole
he's got the
movement.
Ku Klux Klan out there. He's got the white
David
supremacists.
Duke. Yeah.
He's got his crazy.
It's
that
like
woman
he
campaign manager.
brainwashed people. They was
No.
talking to people in Florida. They
He's
like
not,
it was.
though.
He's not
Yeah.
brainwashing
You
anybody.
can't
Don't get it twisted. All you got to do is if you say the sky is green and you repeat that enough times,
You
folks gonna
believe
walk out
in
there going, the sky did turn green.
Pavlov's dog,
It's
yeah.
still
Right.
green.
Yeah.
It's still
Right.
so. It's like what our isn't a real wake up call. Instead of everyone getting together and saying, "Yo, we need to make a rap song talk about vote Hillary in, or so we can win," and then hold her to that vote.
Right.
That's the issue. Not vote her in, then turn around and go to the after party. Go to the after Congress things. Go change the Congress. Go the House. Go change the Senate. Because you could change the Senate in this vote. We can change it right now.
And they
we
know
have that
that, and
power.
they're worried
But if
about
we sit
that.
back and get fooled and get schooled, then you'll get what you're getting right now.
okey doke.
Because the most important election, to be honest with you, is coming up in 2020.
Yeah.
Because that's
Right.
when they get to gerrymander the districts. And that's
Yeah.
what happened in 2010. See,
Speak
people
on it.
don't understand the history of what happened. The reason we got many people have been screwed, and even white folks have been screwed, and they don't understand. That's really a penis? Wait a minute, what's going on? Yeah, it is. Because you didn't understand in 2010 when the that whole what's it called? The Tea Party movement arose. They
Right.
gerrymandered the districts so that we would lose for the next 8 years.
Yeah.
So now in 2020 coming up, you better put Hillary in for this double session so that she can change the districts back,
Right.
and then you can
Yes.
locally start to win again. That's what you need to understand.
And we need
So
that food. We need people that say this because I don't. You're right. We can't blame Trump. Sometimes it takes us, if we're the ones being affected, right, and we have a voice, we can't just keep putting sugar on it and think it's going to taste sweet. It's still bitter. I don't care how much flavor you add. And I think, again, these are things that need to be go because I'm sure a lot of listeners don't even know what that even means.
Exactly. But here's the funny thing. It's like this. If you go to the party all the time, everybody wants them to be in the VIP. Who's at the party?
Yeah.
You ever see that? Because I want to open up a club. I'm dead serious. It's called the VIP. So everybody can stay at the bottom floor because that's the VIP.
Using their phones.
And then I'm going to go upstairs and say, here's the regular party people and switch it on everybody because that's where we're at.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be VIP without doing anything for it.
Well, I find that everybody has to create trends and don't keep the trend going. You're speaking about voting, and everyone is so quick to write the rap song and do this and that, and then it comes time to vote, and then they forget about the process. I remember, let's go back to when Obama was doing his first bid of the 4 years. We were pushing that voting, like that was the trend, and they were going around, and everyone was speaking at the colleges, and everyone was trying to rally up to get the young African American community out to vote. And then we voted, but then what happened?
You didn't support your own vote.
We died it out.
What you did is you went to the after party. You got what you got. You went home with the honey or the dude, and y'all had the after party,
Right.
and y'all forgot the next day.
Exactly.
And that's when the work really begun. And he kept saying that in speeches, but everybody turned
no
the
one
TV
was
off
listening
then.
because we
then the
do
first thing they did
trends,
a few months later, they
and we
went,
don't stick with it.
no one knows that we've had the greatest growth of middle class wealth
Yeah.
since the 1940s. This
Absolutely
last
true.
since 2015. The study just came out, and guess what? The Trump people, oh, that doesn't happen. No, I'm like, are y'all? I mean, we take that and we run with it.
Yeah.
So it's the funny thing is like this man can get on a platform and insult Muslim American family for losing their son in a war that his
Yes.
disrespectful sons hunt in my continent, in my countries where we came from, and take our animals out and put them on a wall. God forbid I have a pistol when I'm near him. Because I want to take his head off and hang it on a wall, one of his sons. Because how dare you insult those people? How dare? And then the first thing we do, real fast.
Yes.
Yeah.
He said that out loud. He meant that. But he's going to go on a Twitter rant last night about calling Miss Universe fat? I could care less.
Right.
That's not going to change anything for my community because I love big fat black women. And big black, beautiful
But no, see, the one thing also.
even the white people like, I like big butts and I cannot lie. And they'll go out and get injections. See,
They do love
and
that
that's
song.
See,
Yes.
and that's funny. We laugh, but the thing is, that's how we have to motivate everybody to go vote. That's how we have to motivate them to understand how important this election is. Not just pull the lever for Hillary, the down the line, the whole. Now, I'm not telling you who to vote for or why to vote for, but if you don't vote November 8th, I don't want to hear you on November 9th.
Because the biggest thing I look at, too, that's really scary about this, that most people don't really realize that this vote also, we have this justices that's going to be going out soon.
There you go.
And if you don't, and these guys got a job for life. So if you do not go and vote the right way and then try to make sure that you get the right person here to make sure that the laws stay the way that you need them to stay or change, it's going to have a down effect as well as for generations to come.
Look, I don't know about you, but the day Justice Scalia died, I swear to God, I jumped up and had a party.
Oh,
I
well,
said,
yeah.
he couldn't die early enough. Woo! I'm sorry, because that was such a racist pig of a man, and he was so disgraceful. Not because he was disgraceful just to my people, but he was a disgrace to all American people. Because when you're appointed to be a Supreme Court justice, you drop all that other party stuff and you deal with people, human beings.
Yeah.
Your decisions affect lives, and that's what people have to understand, and that's what's so important about. That's why when I want to talk about television shows. Because my girl over there want to talk about television.
You just met her.
You just threw her the curveball. That slide.
So tell me about the television shows you want to talk about, my
I
dear.
do. Well-
She's so sexy. Why do you bring these sexy women around me?
Because she found me. I had no choice in
No,
the matter.
no, and you know I'm digging for them big black beautiful
You want to
women.
feel her face and see how
No.
sexy she is?
No.
Excuse me. Hold on a second. I like you a whole lot, but I'm good at being me. Don't worry about it.
I dropped the mic.
Usually with women.
I dropped the mic.
It's okay. Go ahead. So you were saying, my dear, you were saying, I love rodeo talk. I love rodeo. Go on, rodeo. Everybody, somebody got to come to the rodeo. You were saying, my dear.
No, I just wanted people to. I know that you're in the midst of a new TV
TV
show. I'm getting it tongue tied because I can't believe I'm having this interview with you. But I know it's type 2.
She read the bio. Now she got points. Would you like to join me in my insulin shot, baby? You come on down and hang out with me. Come on. I got me a bottle of Glucerna. We can hang out.
Make sure you lock that door.
Let's go get some unsalted popcorn and go watch the Magnificent Seven.
Said it.
Then I'll hook you up with the 8th member of the Magnificent Seven. How about that?
Salted popcorn.
I'm being prepared. I know you have a new TV series that you're trying to put out, and it's centered around type 2 diabetes.
No. But
No.
go ahead. No. That's
It's
two
not.
no's for you. No.
No.
No, what you read the bio, you are correct in that. But I'm going to let you finish, and I'll tell you why. Go ahead.
Okay. And we
Now
know,
she's lost. Don't
not
get
at
you
all.
lost. Hang with me.
No, because it was okay. I know that you've been battling with the type 2 diabetes. Is that correct?
Yes.
Am I saying it correct?
We're,
Okay.
we're doing the fight back.
And we're doing the fight back.
We're
for
doing
it.
the fight back
Now, is
for
your-
all of us.
Is your TV series around that? Because I know it kind of was a slogan that it's like a
Dr.
Dre
Oz meets
to a
Dr. Dre.
Right, a Dr.
Yes.
Oz meets Dr.
Yes, yes, it is. But our show is not just about type 2 diabetes. It is a part of it.
Dre. Okay.
Our show is not a health show alone. Our show is a human show. Our show is so we can start bringing these situations like type 2 diabetes, like violence against women, like dealing in spirituality and growth, like dealing in lifestyle change of physical fitness, nutrition, having fun and music, and putting that together and delivering it to the people, because the people are going to be the big star of this show. The everyday people. Yes, we're going to have other celebrity names and other celebrity guests that have these situations, but I want you to witness my metamorphosis, as they would say, through the bariatric surgery, through the changes, because I'm going to mess up. but I'm also going to do good too.
Yeah, no doubt.
So that's what the show was about. The reason we move it not just to one thing is because there's more than one thing out there. And we want to make sure that you can watch every day, and you can come along, come co-host with me from time to time, and you can bring what you think is a problem, and we can sit there and try to work on solutions. Because we don't want to continue to keep treating things. We want to cure things. That's what you understand the problems.
Yeah.
Because see, that's what my foundation is about. That's what this show is about. The Dr. Dre Foundation for the Cure, and the cure is for type 2 diabetes. Because there's some great, not discoveries, some great advances that just have recently happened. But my goal is to get to the people, the single mother who has to take her 4 kids to McDonald's to get 4 Happy Meals because she got to get to her 3rd job.
Right.
What alternatives can we give her? That's what this show is about. Creating other alternatives to people who aren't as fortunate, who aren't as aware, and not as fluent. We're going to try to be that voice, and we're going to try to be that hand to help you get up, not keep you down. So that's what the show's really, really about. So it's looking at my journey through my eyes, but me looking at you all the way around, because we're going to take this thing on a major bus tour around this country to all cities, states, and towns, and have a lot of town hall meetings, have a lot of town hall performances, and have a lot of town hall fun, and also try to educate and actually try to start finding a cure for this. So my inspiration for this was the late, great Muhammad Ali. And I remember meeting him several times in my life. And the last time I had spoken to him, I said, if I can do 1/10 of what you've done in your life, for what he's done for Parkinson's and what Michael J. Fox has done for Parkinson's.
Right,
and I watched what they did. And I said, why did he leave the Parkinson Foundation? Because Michael J. Fox found out he's raising all this money for them. And he walked in and said, excuse me, so what's going on with the advanced research? Oh, Mike, everything's going great. We'll let you know. And Mike said, look, I come in here one more time and you tell me everything is great. I swear to God. And he said, the hell with this. I'm going to make my own foundation. So now he has almost raised about $1 billion.
Wow.
And the research, he brought his own researchers in, and he is now making greater strides. Muhammad Ali did the same thing. He did about $500 million. And every year he had a Parkinson's dinner, foundation rally. And I mean, you got to look at what Muhammad Ali did. He was not only the greatest in the ring, but he was the greatest on the planet. Meaning that his vision wasn't as limited to just being the heavyweight champion. His vision was to be the champion for all people. He was the people's champion for sure. And there are a lot of great boxers out there, and a lot of great athletes. So my new heroes, as if you go to my Facebook page and read some of my posts, my new heroes are Colin Kaepernick,
Yes,
number
sir.
one, Carmelo Anthony from the New York Knicks, Chris Paul, Dwayne Wade, and LeBron James for what they did on ESPN, the ESPYs.
Yep.
That speech at first, I said, I've been waiting for that for 40 years. Because we've been getting paid for playing Major League Sports for all that time. But Colin Kaepernick stands out strong as well as they did, because they took a stand before he did.
Yes.
For him to sit down and now kneel and to see everything that's going on around us.
Yeah.
And all the trio that went against him. Oh, how dare he? He's un-American. Get the hell out of this country. Who are you talking to? Have you read the First Amendment? Or should I do we the people in order to form a more perfect union?
Yeah.
I thought in your Declaration of Independence, when you decided to secede from your mother England country, one part that you said was, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
Yes, sir.
Now, all of a sudden, you like to adjust these and spin the lyric and make it something different. I said, I thought I was the rapper. How'd that work? How'd that work? So, Mr. Kaepernick, I am behind you 110%, and I'll leave it at
Dre, I gotta
right.
tell you, man. This is the food we need. We try to do this every Saturday. We try to say, we're gonna entertain you, but we want to inform you as well. And what you just did.
I got a lot more.
And you let me finish, bro. I got you. I want to invite you back.
I'm Clubber Dre.
We're putting together a
I
special.
pity the fool that wastes their time.
Keep pitying them.
I pity the fool.
We're doing a special show the Saturday before the election.
Sure.
I'd love to have you back
Absolutely.
because I think what you bring is beyond your.
You can't stop me.
And I know that
You
damn
can't
right.
stop me. Please.
We want to ride with you, brother.
Please, no, I want to ride with you. I need your help.
Because gas is cheap now. My man.
Rodeo. I was just going to get on the horse and do what I need to do. I'll invite you when I'm done. But
I don't know about that one.
I think you're beautiful, but I need all of your help.
And you
'Cause
got
when
our
I'm saying
help.
my foundation, it's not my foundation, it's our foundation.
Right.
Because it's not for me. I may be the figurehead because it's going to help me lead, and God has taught me to go that route.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the path I'm on. Because this doesn't stop me. It's just a bump. So you walk through the bump and keep
And
going.
like they say, it take a village to raise a family, and this is turning into village.
We're
This is
gonna
what we
bring
need.
you back, and Heidi, the Saturday before the election, because I just really want this food to keep digesting.
So I'm gonna bring some food, and y'all need to bring me some breakfast.
I got you.
We got
Because I got an
we
apple.
can do that.
I got an apple in my pocket.
Listen.
Because y'all keep trying to give me some water.
We can do that.
If they did that, I'd have to go pee every 3 minutes. I'm not trying to. I got my diabetes and
What about some donuts? We'll bring you some donuts. I know you ain't getting no
He's gonna
donuts.
kill me. Oh, Dr. Dre's a diabetic. We gave him some donuts and he passed out on the floor. Thank you, Dr. Dre.
The legendary Dr. Dre. One more time, where people can find you at, brother?
You can find me at Dr. Dre Yo on Facebook. You can find me on Dr. Dre 39 on Instagram, Dr. Dre 39 on Twitter, I believe. And starting Monday, my blog begins on Dr. Dre Facebook. So check into that because check the Facebook post out first, and then you're gonna know where my blog is gonna go. Because we're gonna bring this up. We're gonna bring it out.
Yes.
The links and put it on our site.
Link it up.
Absolutely.
Easy to find you.
Are the links like Lincoln Hayes from Mod Squad?
Yes,
Clarence Williams
without
III?
the afro.
No,
More
that's
like
my
Tales-
man.
More like Tales of the Crypt.
Come
link.
on, no.
Listen,
My
for Dr.
man.
Dre, for the
Yes.
best team in radio.
That's right.
We're out of here. Again, as I always say, it's my house, but you always got a seat. We'll see you here. Peace and God bless. Take care.
All right.
Hey.